a great tag along piece to picture yourself remembered.
Welcome back to Good Day, where we strive to be fun, local, and positive.
And we get it. Sometimes, as much as you like, a good day may be just out of reach. But what if you could turn it around by just the way you look at things?
Like pointing yourself to the future, staying determined, and knowing any goal is possible. Here's Toledo's own Steve Hartman.
Good morning. I'm here with my daughter and sidekick, Meryl.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lesson on vision.
And for a definition, we go now to my son Emmett over at the dictionary desk.
Good morning. So for the purposes of this lesson, I'm defining vision as the power to see into the future.
Ooh, sounds magical. Almost like having your own personal crystal ball.
That is so cool.
With vision, you're able to look past whatever problems you have in front of you today to the person that you can become. A vision of your future. And who better to teach us about vision than a person who is blind? In this story, pulled from our archive, we see how getting through even your darkest hour is possible with good vision. I chose to tell this story mainly for an audience of one.
Yes.
This 12-year-old named Ted.
Yes.
Ted is my nephew, and he says sometimes his blindness feels insurmountable. I see.
I thought like I was doomed. That does sound a little immature, but
A woe is me kind of feeling?
yes. I really want to be like everybody else sometimes, you know.
And that's why, when I heard about this drag racer attempting to set a new world speed record, I thought Ted and others like him had to meet the driver. In 2012, Dan Parker of Columbus, Georgia, got in a crash. He suffered a traumatic brain injury so severe it blinded him.
I never imagined I'd be back in the seat of a race car. But I've been a racer my whole life. I just had to figure out another way to do it.
A machinist by trade, Dan got adaptive equipment so he could make parts. And then designed this entire race car.
That just amazes me. What does he look like?
Mustache and a beard?
I have a mustache.
You have a mustache?
See? Whiskers? I hope nobody sees them.
Don't worry about it. That won't be an issue. Anyway, back to our story. Dan was attempting to set the Guinness record for fastest car driven blindfolded. Of course, no blindfold was needed. But he did have a special audio guidance system and, for safety purposes, a sighted driver next to him, hands hovering over the steering wheel just in case. It wasn't necessary. Dan went 211 miles an hour, set a record, and more importantly, an example.
Ted, I want you to know that blindness is not what is stopping you. Surround yourself with believers and go for your dreams. You can make excuses or make it happen.
Dan says inspiring the Teds of the world is the main reason he did this. And if my nephew is any indication, it was well worth the drive.
If you can do that, well, then I think I could easily pursue my dream. What about flying a plane?
That's exactly
Flying a
what I wanted to
plane.
come from this.
This is an incredible story, the entire piece, not just what's coming up. But find this again at pictureyourselfremembered.com, and very possibly at an add-on or even a replacement contender for PYR, PinocchiosQuest.com.
Joining us now, my nephew Ted. Welcome to Kindness 101.
It's great to be here.
How's your facial hair coming, Ted?
Bro, it's great. I mean, it's
It
nice
looks
and
like you
long.
shaved.
I did shave.
I should also mention that after that story first aired, you got an offer.
Yes, I got an invitation by a pilot. He was very generous.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, pull back. What was that like?
It was amazing. It was like driving a car.
Well, wait, have you driven a car before?
When I was younger, I did go down your driveway on a...
Oh my gosh.
This is news to me.
Whose car?
I
Yours?
had my mom's help, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So, how have these examples and experiences changed your thinking?
Like it's opened the door and and showed me everything that's possible in this world.
What do you feel like you can't do now?
What I can't do is be pessimistic.
Ted, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, it's been a great pleasure. Great pleasure.
You know, people always say to live in the moment, and that's great when things are going well. But when times are tough, it's just as important not to dwell, to look past the present, using not your eyes, but your vision. We'll see you next time.
Very good piece on TED and vision. Brought to you by Picture Yourself Remembered and Pinocchio'sQuest.com.